God,
just a few
my
miles from
brother-in-law
us.
in North Louisiana, I mean, he's been stuck in his house for 3 days
Mhm.
because of the ice.
Yeah.
Actually, if you went just a little bit farther north from us, like as far as Hammond by I-55, they had a lot of ice on bridges over the water there. You know, people were having, I think they had closed I-55 going over the spillway towards Kenner. And so we were a bit lucky. You know, the cold kind of stopped just like about 30 miles up the road, you know. So we had some cold, but it didn't get like they did up there, you know.
Yeah.
In Houston, I mean, Texas is screwed.
Yeah.
Bad shape.
And in more ways than one.
And they're so busy pointing fingers at each other, whose fault it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
keep thinking of Billy and his Lincoln driving in the ice.
yeah.
Billy
Yeah,
had a Lincoln when he lived in Texas.
Yeah, we bought my neighbor was sold a secondhand Lincoln to us, and it really did get pretty decent traction on those icy roads. I never learned how to drive icy roads until we moved to Texas.
Yeah.
We were in
What
Denton,
part
which is about 30 miles north of Dallas.
And what town was it?
Denton. It's
Denton,
about 30
sure.
about 30 miles north of Dallas, and it got down to 0 once when we were there. You know, it was, and our power went out. And a good friend of mine, Jimmy Wilson, I went over, stayed with him and his. Bonnie and I packed up. We only had Billy and Leslie and Lauren at the time, but we packed them all up and went over to his house for the cold because it was freezing. We had all electric heat. You know,
What about your pipes? Did they freeze?
when I was in Denton,
Yeah.
no, I guess we were lucky. You know, they didn't freeze while we were there.
Yeah, because there's pictures of all these people in Texas that, you know, their interior ceilings are gone from the water.
Yeah.
We did have some issues with a pipe in the wall once. I don't think that was the time though. I mean, we had been running water until we had our own well, but the thing is once the electricity went out, the well wasn't pumping either. But I think that by the time, I think maybe the electricity came back on in time before the pipes all froze up. Uh-oh,
That
y'all are
could be tough.
frozen. Maybe
I was
it's me
also
that's
thinking
frozen.
that, you know, some of these people in
Hello?
Texas, they might not be covered by their insurance because it's a sort of act of God.
Yeah.
That's saying.
Because what I found with insurance companies are they don't pay if they can get out of paying, they do.
Yeah.
But what else is going on? Have you gotten a shot yet, David?
No, today could have been the day, but the weather was questionable, and turned out to be fine, at least around here. But anyway, it's postponed till next Friday. So first shot next Friday. Karen, March 5th, I think, something like that. So and it seems so haphazard. I mean, I'm just glad I got it, but it wasn't the way I started out trying to sign up to get my vaccination.
Oh, it was crazy here. I mean, Emily, we tried all these different ways on. You'd have to go online. And then Emily's friend called at 4 o'clock in the morning and said, "Hey, Safeway's opened up. Try that." So Emily gets up and I'm sort of like, "What's going on? Did your water break or something?" No, we're getting flu vaccine. Okay. Then we had to go like an hour away to get it because there wasn't
really?
available around here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, we've been lucky. Bonnie and I got our first ones, and we're going to get our second ones on March 1st. Bonnie's dad's going for his second one next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And are you getting it through Ochsner or?
We've been going to St. Tammany Parish Hospital, but they're affiliated with Ochsner. So when I get my shots, it shows up on my Ochsner account, you know. Yeah, next Friday, I'm not sure what Bonnie and I have planned. It's our 49th anniversary.
49.
Yeah, if the weather's pleasant, we're probably going to be out doing the park or some gardens that she likes to go to. So I'm not sure about if we're going to be here or not, but we might be. You know, who knows?
Congratulations!
49, that's amazing.
Fans.
49 years, yeah.
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 Yeah, and the night before that picture that has you
Yeah.
in it and everybody, that was the night before my wedding too.
Where did you all get married?
We got married at home at Bonnie's parents' house. It was a real small service. You know.
Really?
Yeah, it was really intimate. And I was in school. Bonnie was in school. We got married facing the mantle, which had a big mirror on it above. And so we were facing that. And so we were able to see everybody watching us. So it was kind of fun.
Cool.
There
Where
wasn't
did
very
you,
many people there.
where were you living when you first got married?
Metairie.
What street was it on?
Oh, okay. Well, well, actually, when we first got married, we stayed in a little ratty apartment off of North Hennessy Street, which was a half a block off of Canal Street.
Yeah.
It was one of those really deluxe jobs, $74 a month, furnished with utilities.
Whoa, those are the days.
It was a temporary thing while we were looking for a better apartment. But we did stay there a few months. And then we moved out we lived on Metairie Road was our next apartment. That was great. It was second floor overlooking Metairie Road, 2312 Metairie Road, which was a real nice area.
Yeah.
And then we bought a house by Metairie Playground after Leslie was born, about a year after that. So
I have some little shadowy recollection of having come to y'all's house back then sometime.
oh yeah.
And I for some reason I was guessing that hey Rick, I was guessing that it was somewhere in Metairie, but over toward West Esplanade or something. But anyway.
Oh,
Hey, group.
yeah. Hey Rick.
Hey,
Hey, Rick.
David, did you have any bad snow problems or ice?
No, it's all quiet here. We're sheltered. We're sheltered from the storms.
You talked about North Carolina being bad. What about you, Tom? Anything up there?
I mean, we got ice on there's ice on the road, and I was out shoveling, but there's not enough for the snowblower.
Wow.
It's warm now, so I think it's melting. I think it's going to get warmer tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of didn't get the storm.
Wow.
Well, how'd you do in Mississippi?
Well, fine. I mean, it was. I think Monday night was maybe 16 or 17, something like that. I guess probably the same thing Bill had. I imagine close to it anyway.
Oh yeah, it got down in the teens here the first night.
Yes.
Bonnie
Yeah.
had me covering all her plants. She planted a bunch of this Aztec grass in the backyard, and we had to get these little pots and put them on. We had like you were making a ponytail out of them, and put a pot on top of it and a brick on top of that. We covered up everything, and most of it survived.
Good.
We all did fine. I had surgery Monday.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine. No problem. We got there, and that's when the storm was coming in Monday night or late Monday afternoon here. I had to be there at 9, and they finally got about 11:30 started and everything. And by the time we got out of there, it was 4:30. And Sandra and me too, sort of. Of course, I didn't really, sort of in a daze. They were in a state of panic trying to get home before the snow and ice started. We made it fine though.
Yeah.
But
So you didn't have
I
to do any
take it.
heavy lifting.
Huh?
So you didn't have to do any heavy lifting or anything to get ready.
Only when I take a pee.
Yeah.
Was this a hernia or something?
Yeah. I told my brother. He asked me what kind. He didn't know about it. I said, "Well, you can call me sis from now on." But just hernia. It's all right. I mean, sore, but it's better every day. I'm just bored already after only 4 days. I can't. You can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Peter.
Howdy,
Hello,
Pete.
everyone.
Hey, Pete.
Hi, Bill,
Howdy.
Rick, Dave, Tom.
Good to see you.
John McLennan might be joining us today. He has borrowed somebody's iPad, so he's trying.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
Well, we've got the all New Orleans guys right now.
Yeah.
Tom, I have an audio question for you, to be quick about it.
Okay.
I have a standalone LP, phono LP, record player, whatever the hell it's called. I don't have the amplifier. Is there a way I can just play it, hook it up to my laptop?
It's a turntable?
Yes.
Huh.
Hmm.
You'd probably have to,
Just get a preamp.
Does your laptop have an input for RCA jacks?
That would be nice, but no, it's either, and I've got the adapter for the RCA to UPS,
USB?
so you do have the
Sorry.
adapter?
Pardon?
You have the adapter?
I have that, and it doesn't, nothing,
Well, you probably have to put a driver in. If you look up did you look up the USB adapter, you know, for like how to install it? Because you got to tell the computer that it's there.
I'll work on it. I just got it this afternoon, so.
Yeah, there should be some instructions where it says, you know, go to this website and download this adapter.
Yeah.
This,
Okay, yeah, because I don't want to, because I was saying, well, yeah, you can do it. Because I use DuckDuckGo.com to avoid all the bullshit.
Oh,
And they said that you can do it, but you need an amplifier and then the preamp. Well, I don't want to buy a huge stereo thing, but like the preamp is $12 and the amplifier is $27. And I don't even know.
yeah, but think of what you're saying. I mean, remember when 35 years ago when we went out to buy an amplifier, it was the biggest investment in our life.
Yes, and I had one, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. I think it finally tacked.
Yeah, but you can, if you can get it to your computer, then you can make MP4s and you can play wherever you want, which is kind of cool.
All right, I'll investigate. I just got it this afternoon, so I'll investigate.
Now,
Right.
also if you have a TV, you might have RCA plugs, you know, going into that.
Oh, look.
Yeah.
You got some
Yeah,
old banjo music you want to play?
Oh, it's that old.
uh,
oh, yeah.
actually, I have one of those too.
You have a turntable, right?
Had the turntable, and a friend of. Do you remember Steve Yoakum?
Oh, yeah.
Trombone player. Well, his buddy, they grew up together, and Ed Olson ended up playing the washboard, doing mustache stuff. I don't know if he was ever at the New York Club. He still lives on Long Island, but he scoured and scoured and scoured and mailed me this, like, well, a long time ago, and I finally have it.
Oh, that'd be neat. Yeah.
But I don't know what happened to the the Radio Shack version of the AM/FM tuner or auxiliary
Yeah.
thing, weighed like 25 pounds, and with the anyway.
Hey, Snake.
Hey, Steve.
Good
How's
day.
Snake?
Right.
Well, while we got our guys here, and I don't think, and Snake's been there once. Shoot, let me see how to get this up. I was going through Billy's pictures, and that brought back old memories.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Front door of the mustache.
I remember the first time that we greased the poles there. Actually, it was before it became an event here in New Orleans, because people would try to climb up and get on the balcony with us during Mardi Gras.
We had to grease that. Yeah.
And, but I think we used like axle grease, and people who were trying to climb up all came down like really black.
That reminds, speaking of grease, I had this
Wow.
bird feeder on a wooden, like 2-inch wooden dowel. And the squirrels would climb up and get into the boat, even though it was like 6 feet higher. You
Yeah.
climb up the pole. Well, I got the old axle grease and I greased that thing. And they would always start out like 2 feet away and just hop and get in the middle of it. And they would, and I could just read the scroll going like, what the hell is this shit?
Yeah.
I remember I greased some of those poles one time, and I'd been drinking beer for a number of hours, and I was just greased the damn things all the way down to the sidewalk. So I went out there and tried to clean them off.
Yeah.
In case there were any rats that tried to come up the pole.
Yeah, they didn't want any midgets to get up there, you know?
That's right. Yeah. Hey, Snake, you got my email address, right? Yeah. Just let me know what you want, and I'll be glad to do that for you. You know, get you some scratch offs and everything.
Uh,
The audio's off.
Your mic's off, Snake.
We don't have a universal sign for
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
under audio.
Maybe now.
Well, he doesn't
Say
have it
something.
muted. It doesn't look like it's muted.
No. No sound.
Maybe he's pulling on a leg.
Yeah.
He's gonna go into his Marcel Marceau routine soon.
Can you hear us?
Walking against the wind.
We can't
Hear us.
hear you at all. I'll email you. I have your email.
Turn the volume switch up. Maybe it's on, but it's turned down.
Mm.
Right, the volume on the
There should
computer.
be a microphone somewhere with a line through it.
Yeah, but it usually shows up here too when somebody's muted.
He's usually fine when we.
Now it's muted. Now it isn't.
Now it's not
Okay.
muted.
Hmm.
No sound.
Technical
Comes Mike
difficulties.
Johnson.
Hey, you guys, how are you?
Hey, we're
Yeah.
good.
Hi, Mike.
Good to
Trying to
see you,
get-
Mike.
Snake's audio on.
Well,
Oh,
can't see you yet.
I heard
oh,
Mike. I
well,
don't
you're
see him.
probably better off for that.
He can
Figure out
hear
what's
you.
going on. Whoops.
Oh, we gotta see you because
We
we,
got your background in there.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I gotta open the damn lens on the camera. That'll work.
There it is.
There he is.
There he is.
oh,
What do you expect from a thimble-minded washboard player on a Friday afternoon?
Yeah,
Hey, Snake,
thanks.
Here.
Audio.
David, Tom,
Nice to see you,
how
Mike.
are you?
all good on this end.
Cool, man.
Yeah, how's the weather in Denver?
Nice.
Good.
Today is pretty nice. It's been cold, but we've had very little snow unlike the south. And at the most, at least in my house, we've had maybe at the most 2 or 3 inches in the last couple of weeks, but it's been cold as hell. But I think Nashville and some other places where I've got a lot of friends have had a lot more snow than that. So we're pretty lucky.
Mike, do you ever keep in touch with Wes Mix?
No, I don't know if he's even on the planet anymore.
I thought he was in Aurora.
Well, I don't know where he is, Pete. He was living in Aurora for a while. When he came back to Denver probably 10, 12 years ago, he stayed at my house for a while, and I lost touch with him quite a while back. And I know he went down to Florida to stay with one of his sons for a while and then came back to Denver. But I've heard, and I'm not sure about this, but I've heard he has some dementia or something. So I just don't know. I've been trying to find out because a lot of people other than yourself have asked about him,
Okay.
but I just don't know. I'll see what I can find out. Hi, Joan.
Hi, Joan.
Hey, Joe.
Can
Hello,
you hear me
Joan.
today?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey.
Yay.
Hey.
Yay.
Now we can't-
I brought my laptop from home. They supposedly fixed the cafe computer, but I had to get earphones for that. And I just got them yesterday. So next week I'll try that. But
Okay.
anyway, it's good to see you all. It's been
Good
a long
to see you.
time.
Hey, Mike.
Mike Gentry.
And Mike,
Hey, Mike Gentry.
Mike. Hello,
Hey,
hello.
Mike.
Mike
Hey,
Gentry.
David.
Hey, Joan.
How y'all doing?
We're doing
Oh,
good.
well.
Are
All
any of
prayers
you
on the
under
count.
the weather? Any of you under the weather?
Now,
Not a bit.
Yeah.
We're inside because of the weather.
Yeah.
You have a lot of snow and ice, Mike?
Yeah, we still have about a foot. Nothing's
wow.
melted. It hadn't made it out of the 30s yet.
Wow.
Well, in Florida, we've had some chilly days, but that's about all we can say. I never think about people that are, so vulnerable to this sort of weather. In the summertime, I worry about us because of the tornadoes, but the snow is crazy.
Yeah, the ice.
I'm
Oh,
just glad I don't live
Really
in,
bad.
yeah.
glad I
You
don't
know,
live
we worry about no air conditioning in the summer, but these people have no heat.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go,
Yeah,
Snake.
Snake.
yes,
Hey.
we can hear you.
Hi,
Oh, there
John.
you go. All
Did
right.
you put the
Hey,
OMOFF
Snake,
switch
how you
in?
doing, man?
Good, Mike. How you doing, John?
Never better, man. Yeah, it's warmer in Colorado than it is here right now.
Yeah, no kidding. And less snow. You got more
Yeah, we
snow in
were-
Arkansas than we have in Denver, Mike.
Yeah, I know. About 3 or 4 days, a week ago, was 9 below here.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man,
That's
we made
terrible.
it. We made it. We put another log on the fire.
Yeah.
A little
Literally.
country music and a little brandy.
Or a lot of brandy.
Yeah.
Well, by whose definition there?
But Mike, you have pumps and stuff there for the water?
For what do we mean?
I mean, do you have a well? Do you have to pump the water out of the ground? Or,
Yeah, we have a well.
so you have to keep
And,
that little house warm, don't you?
Yes, I do. I've got lights and a heater inside the pump house,
Okay.
so that during the winter, they're thermostatically controlled. Gets down to about 32 degrees, 35 degrees. They come on.
Okay.
So we've had trouble in the past, but none recently.
That's good. Yeah.
Hey, Rick, do you have a PayPal?
No.
Okay, I need your address in too.
Yeah, I'll send you an email and give my address and you can tell me what you want me to do. I can get some from Louisiana and Mississippi, both if you want.
Sound good, thanks.
Because I only live 15 miles from Louisiana.
Hey, Kim.
Hey,
And
Jim.
Jim,
Hi all. Hi all.
Howdy.
So Rick, are you starting a bookie business?
No. No.
Hey, Kim. How you
I got
doing?
a generator down here in Florida because I was worried about losing power in AC in the summer, but it's not quite as easy or as convenient as you might think. And now I can't even remember how to get the darn thing going, but I'll wait till about next June and get some help with that.
Well, the thing
Ready
is,
for hurricane season, yeah.
with the generator, you don't want to put it anywhere where the fumes can go inside, but you also don't want to leave gasoline in it during the year
Yeah,
because
I know. I've
gum it
still
up.
got a couple cans of gasoline for it, and it won't run the AC, but it will run fans, limited electricity in the house, and the TV, so you can watch a movie if you're a little bored.
Refrigerator.
And at least fans
Refrigerator,
this
yeah.
season, so
Yeah, we had one
We have
for
we
Katrina.
got a generator here for hurricane time, and
Yeah.
you can use gasoline, but you can also use natural gas.
Yeah, I
we
know.
have
I had
Really?
we have it hooked up to the last time I had to use it, I hooked it up to natural gas and ran it.
and
Yeah.
so
Makes it
just,
nice, you'd have to worry about it.
Bill,
I
we
had
got
to
our
buy that
hookup.
special. I think it's recreational gas, something like that, and
Yeah.
that apparently
we
runs
have our
cleaner.
hook up to the propane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
propane. I could use propane also, but it just, but we have a spigot outside the house right where I roll the machine out,
I've got mine outside, but I'm in a condo too, and so they're they
Make
have some
noise.
rules.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do propane outside the condo.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Interesting.
I've got something.
Well, that's good.
Jim, how are you faring up in Connecticut?
Well, it's been snowing now for 2 days.
Mm.
And we got another 8 inches on top of the 1.5 we had.
wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
Lord.
You would think we were up in the Yukon somewhere, but with all the damn snow. But
Yeah,
this is unusual even for us. I mean, we get snow. This winter up here is winter. We get ice and snow and all that stuff. But this is just impossible right now.
Yeah, I would not have a clue how to deal with 3 feet of snow outside.
Well, you don't deal with it all at once. You deal with it in pieces. You know, the first foot comes down, you deal with that. And then the next foot
Hey,
comes down, you
Chris.
deal with that.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Hey,
Chris,
Chris.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How you doing?
What's cooking?
Hey,
Today is
Did any-
ravioli.
we
did
haven't
any
been,
of
we
you
haven't
guys
been
lose
out of
power
the house for a week.
in like they had in Texas?
Wow.
Did anyone
Wasn't it?
lose power like they had in Texas?
Oh, that's a mess.
My
Yeah,
wife,
they're bad down there.
Yes.
my wife's,
We haven't been out of the house for a week.
my
Jeez.
wife's
Can't
cousin
get
lives in
out.
Fort Worth, and they just, that 100-car pileup. She said,
Right.
these idiots down here think that a 4-wheel drive means they can drive speed on a icy road.
Yeah.
They have accidents
Doesn't
in
work.
that stretch all the time.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Idiot.
all-wheel drive will help you go, but it won't help you stop.
No shit.
I made the comment to a guy not a bunch of years ago on this kind of ice, the only thing that would get you anywhere is a Sherman tank. And he said, yeah, but the damn thing wouldn't stop any better than your 4-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're safer. Nobody'd hurt you in it.
Yeah, Texas, that's a horrible situation.
I had to use 4-wheel drive the other day. It was slick around my place.
Yeah, they're told to boil the water, and they don't have any water to boil, nothing to boil it with.
Right. Well,
Yeah, that's a bad situation, and it doesn't seem like it's going to resolve itself very quickly.
well, I just saw on CNN that most of the electricity has been restored, but not all, but a great deal of it. But that doesn't cure the water problem. You know,
They should fly them all down to
Very
Cancun.
Barry.
fly.
Hey, Barry.
Larry?
Hey, Hoss,
What's up, y'all?
Hey,
Hello, Barry.
Hey,
it
Bear.
looks like you got power, Barry. Are you okay?
Oh man, I'm full of power.
Uh-oh. Don't
Uh-oh.
let it match.
I'm power. Look at this crew. Jeez.
Yeah.
Man. So we made it through Mardi Gras.
Good.
Nothing happened, huh? Nothing.
I kept seeing all these pictures of the houses all decorated. That was kind of cool.
Yeah,
House
that's
floats.
pretty cool. It was cool, but it wasn't like the Mardi Gras we knew when we were playing down there at the Mustache.
no.
Sure.
Well, for 26 years, I had been shooting on Lundi Gras the day before Mardi Gras, which is the day it got down to like 19. I had an all-day job. Well, Tom helped me last year, and it was nice.
Yeah, it was so cool.
If I had to miss one, this was a good one to miss.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
for Orpheus?
it would have been cold out there, and those
Oh, yeah.
floats. Wow.
They didn't have any parades, did they, at all?
No.
No
Bourbon
parades?
Street was the cops kept everybody off Bourbon Street anyway, but there wasn't too many people that even went out. You know, maybe in the Marigny a little bit, but not on Bourbon Street.
Frenchman was shut down too, I think.
Yeah.
It was all shut down. Can you guys from out of town imagine Bourbon Street being locked up? I mean, they had police
No.
barricades at every corner, and
Right.
they wouldn't allow anybody on the street.
Did they have the horses out? The
Horses
police?
and cars and police and barricades.
Wow.
So the whole quarter was closed, or just Bourbon Street?
Bourbon
Bourbon
Street,
Street.
Bourbon Street and Frenchman.
Really? Oh, yeah,
All the
Frenchman.
bars in the city were closed though, too.
Yeah.
Not just the quarter.
Yeah.
It's a mess.
That's amazing.
Sorry, whatever happened to Rizzo's Italian restaurant next to the Mustache?
It's long gone, Peter. Remember that place?
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
I remember going there with Les Davies at 4 o'clock in the morning.
4 o'clock in the morning, we go get the spaghetti with marinara sauce.
And
And
then
they
just
had,
have
more,
acid reflux for the next 2 days.
they had more garlic in that sauce
That
than
was,
you can grow.
yep.
Mike, you remember that?
I remember.
Yeah.
For sure.
Great place. They had a great heart of artichoke salad. Oh, it's to die for. Damn. It's good.
So, you know what I was trying to think, and Mike, you weren't on last week, but we were talking about Mardi Gras at the Mustache last week.
Yeah.
And your Mardi Gras, when you lived in New Orleans, your first one was Mardi Gras of 74, right? Or 73?
73.
73. So
Yeah,
that's,
but I've been,
that's the
I've been
year.
to-
That's the year you had the whole Denver band come down, right?
that was 70, that was 72.
No, because
I came down-
I wasn't
Yeah.
playing in 72.
Yeah, that was 72.
I don't think, Mike, I wasn't playing yet in 72. But in Mardi Gras 72 anyway.
You weren't?
Really?
I thought you
I
were.
started summer of 72 playing music. I was a waiter.
I
But
remember that.
Yeah,
I
all the way to
think the
72.
Mardi Gras that you brought down, the Denver band and Yoakum, and of course Joel came down. That was 74.
Yeah.
Well, they came down several years, but that one with the
No,
one with the,
73. I'm sorry, 73. Yeah, 73. My Dottie is in the kitchen saying, yeah, it's 73.
oh, okay. Well, I brought the Denver.
Don't
I
argue
don't
with
know how
Donnie.
you remember those years. I can hardly remember
I don't either.
yesterday.
Yeah, I remember that time that Joel was leading the band and a rat ran across the stage and he said, "Fire the cat."
And Joel used to come down. He always wanted to play the middle set or the middle group of sets. In other words, our sets were from 11 in the morning till what, 4, and then 4 to 9. He wanted that 4 to 9 spot. You remember that, Mike?
Yep.
Oh,
Well, when you own the place, you get certain privileges, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
So there was one Mardi Gras in my heavy drinking days, and Joel was down, and he was getting ready to come on the stage, and I was getting ready to come off, and we've been drinking a lot, and I made it through the last song or the last note of the last song and fell off the bandstand and passed out in the aisle. And Joel's down there looking at me, shaking his head, and I remember saying, "I'm sorry, Joel. I'm sorry." He said, and Mike's got the picture of me in the back room, passed out with the cat on top of me. Huh?
Oh, where
That's
is
where
it?
the
We
cat
want that
was.
picture. We want that picture.
Yeah. Find it. Find it.
But Mike's going to find
You're
it.
gonna
I think.
get it, okay, yeah. And we want it scanned and put on the internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, Barry, aren't you glad they didn't have iPhones back then?
Yeah.
Oh.
But, there is a photo of me passed out in the locker room with what was the names of the cat? Ludi.
Ludi.
Ludi or Gretchen?
Toke
With
and
Ludi.
Yeah, Ludian. Yeah. Gretchen.
If I can find that, Barry, I'll send it to you.
Yeah, no, we want you to scan it and put it on, man.
Send
Yeah,
it to
show it to
Tom.
the world.
Send it to Tom, Mike.
Evidence.
So I was looking at some of Billy's stuff that he has, and I found the back of this card. Can you all see that?
Yep.
That had the addresses. So there were 2 Cape Cods.
That's correct.
Yeah, I think that was actually John Murata's card that I found on eBay. And that was the back of it.
Cape Cod wasn't Harwich first and then Dennisport?
Dennisport second, yeah.
Yeah.
There was one year, I believe, when they might have had stuff at both places. I'm not sure why I think that. I remember a huge tent that was set up in Harwich.
Yeah.
But I
The
think they have
Chicago,
the
the Chicago club on there, the Chicago club wasn't around for that long, was it?
I think only, I was there when it opened. I was there for about 9 or 10 months. It might have lasted
Really?
another half dozen months, but we had big competition from the Red Garter.
Well, that was the big stink between he and Jackie Pan was Chicago.
Yeah. We had that famous wall in Chicago. It opened, to the big club. And then Joel built a wall so that what was this big, everything turned around, it was about half the size, and lots of nights, not a lot of people in there. So anyway, the Red Garter was, the the first business in town, and they sort of kept their reputation.
Didn't
Hmm.
Bob Buckman play tuba there? Buckman?
That was
Bob Balkins.
Yeah.
Jimmy Hayslip on trombone.
Wow,
Was
what a
there.
player.
My golly.
When I first started in New
He ended
Orleans,
up-
the Red
He
Garter
ended
was
up
open.
in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Ed Cuneo played banjo.
Oh, thank you.
I can't remember some of the others that were there.
TJ O'Brien.
Actually, TJ was there, yes.
Jimmy
Sonny-
Hayes did a stint
Sonny
in New
Helmer
Orleans.
also did some trombone. I can't think who was on tuba.
I only played the Chicago
Oh,
club
Bob
one
Balkins on
night.
tuba. He was
Hey,
a
Ira.
Chicago boy.
Hello.
Everybody, how are you?
Hello.
Okay.
What's up, Ira?
So,
How was
Hey,
your-
Ira.
Hey guys, I'm going on mute because I'm trying to get John McClendon hooked up.
oh, okay.
Oh, really?
So he worked New Orleans, and then when he left the Mustache, he went and worked with Pete Fountain's band for years.
Who
Who's that?
Hayslip?
Neil?
Yeah.
Neil?
Heaslip.
Who?
Jimmy Heaslip, the
Oh,
trombone.
yeah.
Hayslip, yeah, he stayed with Neil Lunches there
Right.
and drank himself to death, poor guy.
I just thought Michelle Lavignac was in Chicago also. There's a real name from the past. He broke with the Mustache at some point.
He was at the Red Garter in
Right.
Greenwich Village.
Right.
He was in the Denver Mustache right before I got there in '66.
Yeah. I used to go when in
You'll
71.
appreciate this. I had to go frost cakes. We hired a cake decorator and she's incredibly talented, but she's just all over the place. She's hard to tie down.
Go get your rope.
And I don't know that she's gonna be with us much longer, but I can do simple decorating. So I've got to leave you all and do some of that for the weekend, but I'll be back next week. It's good to see everybody.
Good to see you,
John.
John.
Well,
Good
Oh,
job.
John.
Hi, John.
Bring cupcakes.
Bye-bye.
You can come back on later and show us the work.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Joan.
Bye, Joan.
See, Ira, I don't remember the Red Garter in New York being a big competition from the Mustache. I mean, it was over by Washington Square, I
It
guess.
was.
Yeah, it was by Washington Square Park.
They played sitting down. I remember that.
That's where we got Kenny Kay from and Lynn Bump from that Red Garter.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was, I don't know if it was
You know what?
competition.
In New Orleans, we had a Red Garter down on Bourbon and St. Peter, a couple of blocks down from the
Yeah.
Mustache.
Yeah, about 2 blocks
But it
down.
wasn't a big competition for us.
No.
I didn't know there was one there. Was it there in like 71, 72?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was there when I started
Oh,
in
yeah.
71.
I don't
70
remember that.
71, not 72. 72
Yeah.
was already closed.
Yeah, they
It was
closed
Yeah, that's when
not long
I
after
came
I was
down
there
in
because we picked up a
72.
couple of their waiters came
Uh-huh.
to the Mustache.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got waiters from the Red Garter in New York when they closed.
Right.
There
But
was
I
this
don't know.
one
Was
guy,
it
Rick, not you,
competition?
Rick,
I
but there
don't
was
know.
one guy from Rick that worked at the Red Garter there. And I swear, I'm not sure what he did, but he never blinked ever. He was
What
always
was his
like,
name, Bill?
huh?
Who was he?
Huh?
What was his name again?
Rick was his first name. I can't remember his last name, but he came over from the Red Garter
I
and
don't
he
remember.
was helping us out. Yeah.
What did he look like? Do you remember?
He was probably about our size with long blonde hair, came down straight. Kind of looked like
Oh,
Tom
that
Petty or
is-
something
I don't remember.
back in the old days.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
remember
man.
that they opened up a Red Garter in Florence, Italy, and I got a call to go and play over there, and it was killing me. I wanted to go in the worst way. I couldn't, but it was just my life wouldn't let me take a summer and work. And they were going to pay you and pay your airfare too. And so you had a sort of open return ticket that you could stay in Europe for a while. And
Wow.
And your
Danny
wife,
Rubio did that.
What year?
was it because you wasn't bringing her?
And Danny Rubio did that job.
Danny
Larry
Rubio.
Fishkin went too. He did a
What
summer.
year was
Eddie
that?
Davis.
Eddie Davis
Eddie Davis
went over there too.
Yeah,
Um,
Danny went with Eddie.
I think it might have been 1969 or 68.
Oh, okay.
or 70, somewhere, you know.
Hey, Mike.
Florence, Italy.
Mike, what are you chewing on? You always see you chewing. What are you chewing on, Mike?
Pretzels, baby.
Hey, Mike, what year was Belgium?
Do what now?
Belgium opened about the end of March of 1971. That's when it opened. I think it lasted about 2.5, 3 years. And Mike Gentry, I've been wanting to ask you, was Harry Black there when you were there at the Mustache in Belgium?
Was who?
Harry Black, was he at the Mustache in Belgium when you were there?
No.
He was the first banjo player there at that
I
club.
thought he was in London.
Harry Black was there when I was there.
That's what I asked you.
That's
I asked you if Harry Black was there in Belgium
Yes.
when you were there. Yes, he was the first banjo player there when we opened.
Okay, I took Harry Black's place for the summer when he went on holiday.
Ah,
I remember Mike walking in there and he said, "What in the hell are you doing here?" Remember that?
What now?
I said, when I walked in there, you said, "What in the hell are you doing here?"
Oh, that's in Belgium. That's right. Snake came over. He was working with Goodyear.
Gates River.
You were there. You came in. We did all Mustache songs, except maybe a half a dozen French songs and a half a dozen Belgium songs, whatever. But everybody knew the words to Bill Bailey. I'll tell you that right now.
hey, Mike, when you were there in Belgium, did they have that accordion player named Maurice and a trombone player named Jean-Pierre?
No. I can't remember the guy's. The trombone player looked like Vern Beebe.
Okay.
And I had a guy named, the bass player was named Bobby Bass.
We couldn't find a tuba player in Belgium when I was there to get it open, so we had this French accordion player that didn't speak English named Maurice, and French.
Maurice was also a violin player, wasn't he? Wouldn't he play violin with the symphony?
No, not when I started. Not when I was only there for a couple of days after, and then I left. Mike Gentry, did you hear Vern Beebe passed away a couple of weeks ago?
Who did?
Vern Beebe.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, cancer. Did you hear that?
They wish me good luck.
Vern Beebe was the trombone player. The very first night I ever played lead at the Mustache in Denver.
Wow.
It was Vern Beebe and Bill Clark.
Yep.
And I don't remember who the side player was.
Yeah.
Bob Banasek called in sick. So they said, Jerry Sacco came to me and said, "Man, you got to play lead tonight." Well, I've only been playing banjo about 3 months, and I didn't know shit about banjo. Most of my introductions were vamps, you know.
That'll work.
They work. So anyway, I said, "Okay, I'll do it," and went downstairs, got with Vern Beebe and Bill Clark, and wrote out a set list. And I'm up there, and we got through the first set. Everything was fine. Got to the second set, and I look out in the audience. And here's Jerry Sacco and Bob Banasek sitting there like this. They want to see if I get through it, and apparently I did. So got through it that night, and Bob went on vacation.
Take a break. I'll get off.
I'm going to take a break.
Okay.
What's happening?
Rick, mute yourself, Rick.
Anyway, that's how I got started with a lead player, with Banasek calling in sick. I got a picture of Snake with Bob Banasek playing lead and you playing side, and I got a picture of you and Jerry Goodnight Jerry playing lead and you playing side at the Mustache, sitting down at the Mustache when it used to be that way. Oh, I never learned how to play. I never learned how to play sitting down. I always stood up until I got to Disney, which was 10 years later.
We never did stand up. When I was
You never did?
Well, look, I know that feeling that you had, Mike. I was playing side for 3 or 4 months, and I was with Les Davies and Peter. Les Davies and Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Maynard. And all of a sudden, Roger comes up and said, "Look, we get rid of Les Davies. You're the leader." I said, "Wait a minute. I've been playing a banjo for 4 months." Said, "You do fine. Well, who's going to play side to me?" And Roger said, "I am." I said, "You are?" He said, "Yeah, I'm going to play washboard." And that's what we used for about 4 months till you came in, Mike. It was me, Peter, Maynard, and Roger on washboard. You remember that, Peter?
Oh, yeah.
So I came in and saw you guys like the end of December of 72. And then took over
72.
took over after the year in first part of 73.
That's right. I remember you sitting out there. The new boss man is in town. That was Mike Gentry. And here I am leading. I've been playing the banjo for 4 months. I said, "Oh shit, my new band leader, they're listening to me sound like shit."
Barry sounded like great. And I'll tell you what. Oh, that's there's your buddy, Bruce.
And there's Roger playing washboard.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Neil Lunch there?
And I'm sure all the banjo players will agree to a point. The banjo was a prop. Our job was to entertain the people. The banjo just happened to be sitting there. And I know people who are really good players like Gim and a couple other people that maybe not. But to me, I never sat down playing banjo. Never sat down until I went to Walt Disney World.
Huh.
And I'm going, this feels strange, you know.
Yeah.
So what is that? That's Bruce O'Neill, Neil Undersayer, Roger, and who else?
Buzzy Podwell.
Buzzy.
No, that's not Buzzy. That's
That's
Bruce
not Buzzy.
O'Neill.
That's Neil Undersayer.
And
Neil's
Bruce
in the middle.
O'Neill.
Neil Undersayer's in the middle. The guy on the left was Buzzy. The guy on the left was Buzzy.
No, that's not Buzzy. That's Bruce O'Neill.
Bruce O'Neill.
Wow.
Eye contact.
There it goes. It's back.
Yeah, Buzzy had lighter hair than that.
That picture looks like Buzzy, but it isn't Buzzy.
No.
It sure does look like him, but
You know what, Barry? The guy's playing a plectrum.
Well, that wasn't
guy is
New
playing a
Orleans,
plectrum.
that shot, huh?
Yeah, but Bruce had that long neck plectrum.
Okay, all right.
Well, Buzzy had a plectrum, but he tuned it ukulele style.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, get the rebel flag, but I don't think that was in.
He had a, well, let's see here. He had a, Buzzy played a what do you call it? I'm trying to remember the brand.
He had a Gibson Mastertone, then he had a Bacon.
He had he had the Gibson Mastertone's the one I remember. And I don't recognize the brand of that instrument.
Yeah, but that's Bruce O'Neill.
Yeah.
Boy, I'll take your word for it, but it's sure dead rigger for Buzzy.
Yeah, that's Bruce.
D, F, G. Yeah. I just counting press on the banjo. Sorry about that. No, Bruce, you could tell it was Bruce O'Neill because he's looking at his fingers. Bruce never looked at the audience. He always looked at his banjo. And when I came to New Orleans, he said, "I got one thing I got to tell you. The best thing for you to do is remember, always have eye contact with the audience." Bruce never even looked at it.
He was cross-eyed.
He was cross-eyed, couldn't see the audience. Remember, Peter?
No. Yep.
And we've got somebody trying to get on via telephone. See that?
Oh yeah,
John McLennan, I think.
That's a 609 area code. That would be John McLernan.
Yeah.
How did
That's New Jersey.
John, put the ON off F switch into the ON position. It's an old Navy term.
Yeah.
John McLaren. Wow.
Maybe it's a dial-up phone.
Hello?
Hey,
Hey,
John, you there?
hey, John.
I am.
I
Good.
think that's McClure.
Hey, John.
It's John
Hello,
McLaren.
John.
How you doing, John? Barry.
Hi.
John, you look
snowbound.
great.
Can you hear us, John?
We can hear you. Can't see you.
No, you won't.
Maybe that's a good
We can hear
thing.
you, John. We could get the info.
Yeah, I can't. I just keep getting that error message when I use the link.
Okay, but we hear you.
Okay, could he punch in the code and the password?
Yeah, I tried that.
That'll work better.
I tried that.
It didn't work, huh?
Can you see us?
Nope.
No, I think he can just hear.
He can
Okay.
hear us, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is my landline.
Oh, okay.
Well, how are you, John?
I'm doing well.
Good.
No point in complaining. Nobody listened.
That's true.
Right.
How's the weather in New Jersey? Nice and sunny?
You know what's going on up here.
Yeah, I do. My brother and sister live up there. That's their problem.
Yeah, it's still coming down. It's been light snow for the past 24 hours, but it isn't accumulating much because it's so light. It's just very small flakes. You know, there's maybe only 3 or 4 inches on my car.
I don't miss
Okay.
those days.
John, you got to come to sunny Pittsburgh. We miss you over here.
Yeah, sunny.
Is it sunny there, Chris?
Always sunny in Pittsburgh.
No, that's Philadelphia. It's always sunny in
Right.
Philadelphia, right?
Right, yeah.
John, if Mike Johnson come to Colorado, it's about 50 degrees here today, no snow.
I'd love to come to Colorado. This is one of my favorite places in the whole world. You know, it's possible we might make a trip that direction. The next time we're allowed to cross state lines.
Well, John, if you ever do, call me, will you, and let me know you're in town?
I will do that, Mike. Thanks.
It'd be great to get together with you in Denver.
Yep.
Just stay out of Texas, John. Don't go to Texas today.
No, I won't go to Texas. Well, all the traffic lights are out and all the street lights are out. They don't have any power. So
John, what year was it you played in Bourbon Street? Summer 71?
71, right.
71, yeah.
Yeah, I was in grad school September 1970, and I stayed for 2 semesters. The school was on a trimester scheme, and I stayed 2 semesters, and I ran out of money. I called John Marotta and asked him if he needed somebody for the road, and he said, no, we're all set with that. But I did hear that Irv Eisen was leaving the New Orleans club, so they're going to need somebody. So right away, I contacted Fred and went down there. I was there 6 months.
And after you left, Peter, who's on the call, took your place. Isn't that right, Peter?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, Irv took up skydiving and broke his leg in 4 places on the first jump.
Oh,
He was in a
And
hip,
John came in and then Peter when John left. Yeah.
yeah.
John, where did you go to after New Orleans?
Well, right after New Orleans, I went out to Denver because I wanted to go back to Cheyenne Frontier Days. And after Frontier Days, I headed east and I stopped in Cincinnati to see Neil DeFeo, stayed with him a few days, and then headed back to Jersey to teach at a summer camp at my college.
Oh, you played in New York too, though.
Oh, yeah, I played more in New York than anywhere else.
Yeah. What years did you play there? Like 72, 73?
No, it was between 68 and 71 because I started at the Red Garter in Wildwood in 72, and I was there 17 years.
Wow, you started there in 70.
Yeah, 72, yeah.
72, okay.
And John, we had some good times at that Red Garter in Wildwood. Huh?
We sure did. That was the best job I've ever had.
And you know what, John? The way it worked out, you and I didn't work together too much at the Red Garter because they had two bands. And for some reason, I was in one band and John was in another band, but we we worked a few times together, but not a lot.
No, we didn't work together that much.
Yeah.
Most of the time I was with Herb and Franny, or Herb and Terry Bennett.
Right.
And I played side banjo for Ronnie Bill for one summer. And then Herb's band came in to play the nights off when each band had a night off. So Herb's band was playing 2 nights.
I was
and
there
I played,
year. I was there.
And then played, I think 4 or 5 nights with Ronnie Bill on banjo.
Right.
So Barry, Joe must have played in your band, right?
Tara usually played in my band, yeah.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, Tara and Yoakum.
Yeah.
Danny Rubio.
Although when Danny went there, Peter was up there. Peter Vrianidis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Barry, did you play at the Garter when Les Muscat was leading the other band?
One summer, it was Les
Okay.
with one band and I was with the other band.
Okay, because I was with Les most of the time when he was there.
Right.
I was semi-responsible for getting him up there because Jimmy Kane was looking for another leader when Ronnie Bill didn't want to come back. And in our band, we had Sal Scarpa playing trombone and Scott Black playing cornet.
Yeah, I remember that.
Ooh, nice.
He's a good player.
And I remember one Mardi Gras. It was, as the band leader, I had to get musicians down. I got Herb Roselle and Franny. They came down. And that
Right.
was a lot of fun for Mardi Gras with those guys.
Did they come down together? I don't know if they did.
I don't know if they came down together, but they were both down there. I remember
Right.
the arrangements. But as we were talking last week, and Mike, you will remember, this part of the fun of being a band leader at the New Orleans Club during Mardi Gras. Not only did you invite the other musicians to come in, but then you scheduled them all. It was like playing chess.
That's right.
Trying to figure out who's going to play with who and who didn't like who was pissed off at the next one. Say what?
You say you scheduled the ones who could still stand.
Yeah.
And there would be nights that Neil DeFeo would just walk in unannounced with his trombone and play his tail off. And
where was this, Wildwood?
No, New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Really?
Right? And Neil played in New York too.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
And when he played in New York, you could hear him in New Orleans.
That's right.
Wow.
He was a very loud player.
He still
Still
is.
is.
Yeah.
Still is. He
Yeah.
still is.
He's still a great player.
Yes,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is.
The
And
good
a hell of a
guy.
nice guy.
Neil came to Wildwood and sat in for one weekend with our band. And Jimmy Kane's reaction when I asked him, he said, "Too loud." He said, "Now I'll have to repaint the walls."
Yeah, Neil could get your attention. Yes, sir.
Pretty amazing guy.
Good player, good guy.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So anyone have plans to go somewhere and stare at their phone this weekend?
No plans. I haven't had plans in 10 months.
Right.
Yeah. I hear you.
Oh, right on.
How's Franny doing, John?
Franny's doing fine. He's, cantankerous as ever. And he's, staying at home like all the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And John, I talked with Terry Bennett a few months ago. He seems to be doing all right.
Yeah, Terry's doing fine. No, he's got his law office now.
He says that he plays the banjo every once in a while, but not often.
No, as a matter of fact, I think I think he might have bought a tenor. I
Right.
think he might have a tenor banjo now.
Hmm.
But he doesn't play much at all.
Yeah.
That's a shame. He's a fine musician. A shame.
He is. And a good guy. You know,
Yep.
he always was a bit eccentric, but I guess, you know, like ends, you know, I liked him, you know, because he was eccentric.
Yeah, Ronnie Bill never did figure out Terry Bennett. He was it was almost as though Ronnie Bill was afraid of him. And you know, and Terry kind of was standoffish, and you know, Ronnie Bill, of course, is a great player too. Just for shock effect, they were standing outside the club in Wildwood, and Joanne Kane came up and handed Terry his paycheck for the previous week, and Terry tore it up in pieces and ate it. He just wanted to freak out Ronnie Bill a little bit more.
Would do it.
Barry, remember Sheldon Ginsburg?
Oh, yeah.
Very well.
John remembers him.
Yeah, Shelley was a great player too.
Yeah.
I remember Peter saying, he's one of the best trombone players I ever worked with. I said, you kidding me? He said, no, every time I'm descending, he's ascending and vice versa. You remember saying that, Peter?
No, I don't remember that. Remember
Yeah. So he's the only tuba player. If I'm going, he said, the only trombone player, if I'm going down, he's going up and vice versa.
Oh, that's good harmony. He was like 97 pounds soaking wet, and he loved, the bigger the woman was, the more he liked.
Oh,
That's right. Yeah, he did like him big.
500 miles to screw a fat woman, I tell you.
Yeah, talk about eccentric. Sheldon was eccentric. All right, geez.
But he was a genius musically.
Yeah, he was. He went out and purchased a contrabass trombone. That's a trombone that has a double slide. You know, it's heavy.
Really?
There's a tuba mouthpiece on it, and it plays lots of low notes. But he went out and bought that because no one in the Philadelphia area owned one. And when the Philadelphia Orchestra needed a contrabass trombone for one of the parts, he would always get the gig.
Yeah. But man,
That's
I
great.
think Barry called him Shecky.
No, Shelley.
Shelley.
Shelley Ginseng, we used to call him.
Yeah.
What Barry? Wasn't his like private teacher like a guru or something like that? Said, put the trombone down. We're gonna meditate or something like that. Was that him?
Yeah. But he's the guy. I got a story about him. So he used to practice upstairs while everybody was trying to sleep. We were all up there trying to, the sleeping quarters for the musician was on top of the club.
Right.
Upstairs. But early in the morning, Shelley would be practicing. So Joe Terra said, look, why don't you go sit on the beach and practice where you don't bother anybody? He says, nah. He said, okay, I'll try. So he goes out to the beach. The next day, Joe said, how did it go? Thank you for going out to the beach. He said, I can't do that. They have too many flies out there. He said, too many flies. Joe Terra told him, said, well, you got to bunch them. He said, bunch them? What do you mean bunch them? He says, well, you walk about 20 yards from where you're going to practice and take a big shit on a beach. That'll bring all the flies in your pile of shit. He says, you call that bunching them. So the next day, he said, thanks for being out on the beach. Did it work? He says, yeah. He said, it don't work. He said, how you know it don't work? He said, I tried it.
Hey.
That's a Joe Terra. That's a real life. I was there for that.
Yeah. Sheldon was a perfect target for Joe Terra's hijinks.
Yeah. Because he took everything literally.
Yes, he did.
I mean, every night before we go in a bandstand, Shelley would come into the Silver Dollar apartment. Danny and I were staying in the Silver Dollar apartment, and he'd come
Right.
in. And every night, I'm talking about every night, 6 nights a week for the whole summer. Every night, Danny would say, "That's a nice haircut, Shelley. You went and got a haircut today?" He said, "No, Danny." The next night, Danny say the same thing, putting him on every night. Danny asked him if he got a haircut today. He never said, "Why don't you stop it?" Oh, he always just said, "No, I didn't get a haircut today."
I'm just curious, the Silver Dollar Motel, is that how much it cost there?
No,
No.
that was called the Silver Dollar Apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was a bar downstairs called the Silver Dollar, just a little tiny
Okay.
bar.
Right.
That was owned by the same person who owned the Garter, Jimmy Kane.
And the apartment
Years-
was on top of it, so they called it the Silver Dollar Apartment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, years later they turned it into a pizza walk-up window.
Jimmy Kane owned it?
Yeah.
Yes,
I don't remember it.
it was actually attached to the Garter. It was attached to the building. It wasn't separate standing.
Right.
I
Really?
don't remember it.
What about Milky Lawler? He'd do the afternoon.
Your sound's off, Rick.
Rick.
Rick, your sound's off. Oh. Your sound is off.
I'll tell him.
Yeah, you're muted. You're muted.
Muted.
You're muted.
There you go.
Am I
There you
unmuted
go.
now?
There you
Yay.
go.
Hey, I'm gonna have to run. Snake, I'll send you, I'll get in touch with you by email and the next day or so and
Sounds
give
great.
my address and all that.
Thank you. Hey,
I
before you
gotta
go,
go too.
Hey, before you go, wish me a
Hey,
little luck.
Rick.
I've got a
Yeah.
CAT scan coming up
Bye-bye.
Thursday to make sure my cancer's
Take
well.
care.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
Good luck, Snake.
Good night.
All right,
Good luck,
Snake.
See ya.
Is Jimmy Kane still around? Is Jimmy Kane still around? Alive?
Oh no, he died about 10 years ago.
Oh, really? Oh, boy.
Yeah, he was in North Wildwood at the church at St. Anne's, helping them shovel snow. And when he came back inside, he collapsed.
Wow.
Oh, man.
66 years old.
56.
Yeah, 66 and a former prize fighter. So you would think he was in good shape.
I tell you what, over there, I did some drinking at that Red Garden. Those bartenders, they would pour 8 ounces of booze on ice. You remember that, John?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't know how we drank as much as we did and survived and still been able to play. I mean, I would take 2 mugs of bourbon and ginger up on the stage every time I went up, and then maybe ask a waitress to bring another one while I was up there, and then drink another one on a break.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it was. And you mentioned
I don't know how.
John McIntyre was back there.
Oh yeah. Do you remember his mongoose?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah. I'm not going to tell that story because it'll be on the YouTube reply. Like,
Yeah.
I can turn off the recording for a minute.
Barry can tell you later.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun, that place.
I like the Red
It-
Garter.
We had so many musicians over the years that I was there. I mean, Johnny Ford was there before I started, and then he was there again while I was there. Carl Lunsford was there. Just so many people. Franny Smith once said that Jimmy Kane is a trophy collector. He wanted every one of the top banjo players in the country to have played at his place.
We couldn't have done that because he had me there for about 60 years. So he
No,
would have been his goal.
having a good banjo player isn't always the answer. You know, you sold a lot of beer for Jimmy Kane.
Yeah. That was the idea.
Yep, that's why we were there. Not too many people understood that, but you were one of them, and Herb Roselle was another, and Les Muscat was another.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I remember one time Joel said, remember, gentlemen, you're not here to make jazz history. You're here to sell beer.
That's right.
And that's what it was.
That's right, Kim.
Yep.
Barry, what was that you told? It must have been Bruce O'Neill. He said, what is your job here, Barry? And you said, is it Fritzl's?
I told him, I said, any job, your main job is to get and keep customers.
That's it.
That's it.
Has nothing to do with the music, has nothing to do with the ambiance. It has to do with the bottom line with as far as the money is concerned.
Get and keep customers.
And the thing is, if the music was there, that's good too. If the camaraderie was, that's good too. But it's still, bottom line was still the money. That's why Joel kept in business for so long.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yeah, Mike, you were another one who knew how to sell beer.
What do you say?
I said you were another band leader who knew how to sell beer.
Absolutely. That was my job. My job is to make the people have a good time. Not that the band was good, not that the club was good, not that the waiters were good, which everybody was. It's that they walk out, had a good time, and they're just about can't walk because they had so much beer that we served to them through all our wonderful waiters. And it was a good time. I have nothing but fond memories of your father's mustache, believe me.
Yeah, same here.
And make them want to come back. That's another thing.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Customers.
And down at the Jersey Shore, I mean, advertising was always key, but one of the reasons they tried to sell so many hats was because they wanted people tossing them up in the back window of the car and then driving around town with a hat that said Red Garter.
Absolutely. 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 It's like when Barry learned how to play lead banjo, and he'd been playing banjo, 4 months, Barry?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, over a period of time, but 4 months on the stage. I learned how to play lead banjo after being there for 3 months. And it turned out that the banjo was there. Yes, it had to be musically there. Yes. But it was a prop. Our business was to control the crowd and have them buy beer. Sorry about that, guys. That's just the way it is.
Sure.
That's right. Control the crowd. Yep. Audience manipulation.
Yes.
And that's how there's a shot of Billy.
Billy, you're in every picture. What's going on?
Billy's pictures.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't even know who took that picture. Somebody posted that once. If I see something I like, I put it on my hard drive. Yeah.
It's this.
Turn it around, Billy, so I can see it.
Yeah, well, it should be on that drive, that link I sent you, or did I not send you one?
So it was a joke.
I
did a photography project for a week with the wrestlers, with the WWF.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole thing is just like the mustache. It's the audience. If the audience is into it and they have their signs and stuff, it all works.
Oh, yeah.
And the audience at Your Father's Mustache was just always great.
Yeah. No, we always made sure that if they had a pitcher on the table with mugs, that we kept dumping the beer into their mugs as soon as they were half empty.
Right.
So they were going to buy it, because that's how we made our tips, sell them more beer, So it was.
It was all shtick. Yep. It was all shtick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we used to be able to carry 3 pitchers in one hand and 10 mugs in the other.
Yeah.
You had to jam the handles together, but even my skinny little ass could walk around and carry that.
Yep, absolutely. It was a good time. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great time.
Yep.
Well, I got to run, guys. Wish me luck on Thursday.
Okay.
Good luck,
buddy.
Guys.
Good luck, kiddo.
Yeah. I may not be here next week. I'm having my 49th anniversary, and
Happy anniversary.
Oh yeah, happy anniversary.
And look, I'm going to see you next week
here for your anniversary.
Was that? Okay. Yeah, Gim had an anniversary too.
Oh yeah,
Barry.
I'll see y'all next week.
Okay.
Take
All
care,
right,
y'all.
Larry.
Yep.
Yeah,
be
I
well,
check
Larry.
that too, guys.
Be
So
well.
next
You
week,
guys,
we're
I
on
hope
for
the
next
snow
week.
goes away for everybody.
All right,
Yeah.
David.
Don't show
Billy,
me
what
too much.
anniversary is it? What year?
49th.
Holy shit, 49 years.
Yeah, well,
I
that,
never
the
met a
one
woman
picture
put
that
up
we
with
put
me
up
for 49
a
days,
while
let
back,
alone
that was
Ira,
the
see
night
you.
before my wedding, that picture Tom had up a while, a week
Well, if you
ago.
give me a second, I'll get it back up.
Well, that was the night before I got married. I was working sidebar that night, and the band made me get up on stage and sing "I'm Getting Married in the Morning" and poured a bottle of champagne down my throat. And tried to undress me.
Hey, Billy.
Hey,
Hey, Billy.
yes.
Make sure you recount that. You don't want to be off by 1 year.
I'm not off by a year.
Okay.
Yeah. Next year's the big 5-0
Well, you have to go to Hawaii then.
or something, Yeah.
I'm
When
sorry.
my parents
Billy,
did their
I can't find
50th, they took all the kids and grandkids and everybody on a cruise. We all went on the boat together. That was in 2001. My kids are kind of expecting something like that. So we'll do something all together with the family. It's okay, Tom. You don't have to work on that. I just was mentioning that was the night before I got married that they took that picture, and yeah, we're okay.
Take care, guys. Talk to you next week.
Good night.
All right, Chris.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yep.
All right, see you,
See ya,
Bill.
Bill.
Thanks
Okay.
for coming. See you
Good
next
night.
week.
All right, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Good to have you here, John.
Good to have John come on.
Okay.
Thanks,
Good
Tom,
night.
for doing this.
See you later.
Thanks, Tom.
Bonsoir.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.